So finally, we're going to talk about Invincible.
Invincible.
I didn't know they were dropping 3 episodes. That was fucking exciting. I love Invincible. Invincible is one of my favorite shows. Just like, definitely not as deep as Jujutsu Kaisen, but like it's fun. It's like, it's what an adult version of me wanted, or when I was a kid. I really wanted like a deeper, darker kind of Justice
Spider-Man.
League.
Oh, Justice League.
And like it looks just like Justice League, like Unlimited and
Yeah.
regular Justice League. And this is exactly what I wanted. It's kind of gotten away a little bit of from like the superheroing thing. Like, yeah, there are still superheroes. Yes, they are still doing those things, but those heroic aspects are way in the rearview mirror now. But these 3 episodes have gone in a different direction a little bit of where the comics have been going. And like we have a couple topics that we want to talk about for these first 3 episodes, but like I don't think I wrote this down, but they changed a lot of what Nolan's apologies looked like, because in the comics he doesn't really apologize to anybody. He's kind of like, hey, I need your help. I'm not like that anymore. And they're like, all right, whatever. And Alan gives the explanation.
I think I remember him being a little more extensive when he's apologizing to the dude with the sword. Ryder.
Oh, the gun.
Yeah.
Space Razor.
Yeah. I think I remember him being a little bit more, because he did need like more convincing.
Well, he fought Space
Yeah.
Razor, and it was not like a one-sided thing. Like he fought Space Razor and had him in the dirt, basically, and was like,
But he
"You're
buried
gonna
him
listen."
alive.
Well, no. I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like when you're talking about. So like he talks with Space Racer, but beats him down. Space Racer in this showed way more fight and actually beat them. I would say that was maybe a draw, but yeah, Space Racer's like, fuck it, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, just Nolan saying he's sorry to him. We also find out a lot more extensively of what Nolan's atrocities have been across the universe. Because like, they do not go into detail at all.
Yeah, that I didn't remember.
Him sending
like
planets,
him explaining like for real what he was doing. Yeah,
he made a planet go extinct by moving its fucking sun. He froze an entire. Granted, those things fucking suck, but he froze an entire planet.
Just so they wouldn't be a threat.
Yeah, he killed almost an entire race of like little bug things because they make them weak. I mean, he buried Space Racer alive for hundreds of years, or 100 years. I mean, like, that's way more in depth than what they explain in the comic. But like, holy shit! And I have said it for the last 3 days. Started with Hazbin Hotel. He must have watched Hazbin Hotel.
It starts with sorry.
That's literally what Nolan has been doing. He's like, my bad. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I've equated it to in Falcon and Winter Soldier, when Bucky goes on his 12-step plan to recovery, and he just goes to every fucking person in the tri-state area and apologizes to them.
Yeah, he's been doing and you know what? I think it's better this way, because I mean they were trying to portray. And I don't really think Kirkman did a great job in the comics of making Nolan a sympathetic character. I do feel a lot more emotion towards Nolan in the show. And I mean, I feel a lot about that for a lot of characters in the show versus in the comic. But I mean, a little bit less for Oliver. But like, that's not his fault. I think
they could have made him more of a brat, but that's just me.
Yeah, they could have.
I liked him in the comic because he was a little Damien.
He was a bitch in the.
He was a little Damien, and Damien's a little fuck.
Yeah, but I do think that the changes that they've made in Nolan's character and having
they make sense.
It makes a lot more sense
with the TV show,
and I think. Like, and this can lead to, like, our first kind of conversation. Well, we can talk about, like, Nolan and Debbie.
Okay.
So, like, in the comments, this is spoiler, But like in the comics, Nolan comes back to Earth, and this is where they're leading to in the next episode. Nolan comes back to Earth, sees Debbie. They kind of have a fight, but like almost immediately Debbie goes back with him, and it's like it's very. I don't think anybody really liked that, but at the time in how the comics worked out, Debbie
she's so different in the comics than she is. She has more of a backbone in the show. Yeah, like 100%.
Debbie in the comics is basically just a housewife. She quits her job. She just takes care of the boys and like dates Paul, and that's kind of it. Like there's not.
She was an alcoholic.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
Man, she says some fucked up things.
Yeah, to Mark. Really bad.
And yeah, I mean, there's like she's probably one of the worst characters in the comics. And that sucks because like she does help obviously give the humanity to Mark, but like you just don't fucking see that at all. So now if we compare it to now in the show, it's like Debbie has a job. Debbie has successful at her job. Debbie's gotten over Nolan for the most has worked through things that have led her down a path that would have led her to like being an alcoholic.
Yeah, no, I liked that in the show they keep her individuality, but they also don't shy away from the fact that the shit that Nolan did fucking hurt. Right. You know, like they show her grief, and they show her grief in connection to Mark and how she deals with it with Mark. And instead of running away from him like she does in the comics, she embraces him. And like it also acts like they support each other. Yeah. And I think that works a lot better. I think it then makes more sense for Mark's character to have that support system in his mom, as opposed to in the comics where it like isolated him even further.
Yeah, he I wouldn't
and then he like just pins everything on Eve.
Yeah, it's weird how he is in the comics in this section.
He just he leans only on Eve. Like any problem he has, it's just on Eve.
And let's be honest, in the comics,
and that's not healthy.
Well, Kirkman does not make any women very great in the comics.
No, he does not.
So like I maybe like
they're written so much better in the TV show. And all of them.
And to give him credit, he writes a majority of stuff for the show, so he's become a way better writer in general.
Just kind of like over reframing his stuff.
Yeah. So like, you know, Debbie in the show, again, she has a job, she takes care of it, but she truly is the person that has given Mark his humanity to be
that's what I mean.
To give him the quote unquote be the best Invincible in the universe, right? So like she is so much of a better character. And I kind of hate where they're leading with Paul right now, because her relationship with Paul's like, hey, we should move in. And then she's like, oh, sure, maybe I'll think about it. And then he's like, here's a house, we should move in. They're just
with all the things you like in it.
It's just leading towards her being like, hey, Paul, we're moving too quick. I still have these feelings for him, but it's also complicated. And I already know that's how it's going to lead. And then no one's going to show up and be like, Daddy's home. And like, okay, so that leads us to where we're at.
No, Usher. Please, Usher, no.
Yeah, so that like leads us to where we're at with this, like, with the storyline. So Debbie's a completely changed person than she is in the comics. She is very like everything that we.
She doesn't rely on a man.
Yeah, she doesn't need a guy. But the biggest difference here is that Nolan's been pretty good at trying to show that he's changed as a person. And I think from the first time in season 2 when he meets with Mark, where he does say sorry to him and he gives him a hug, which he didn't give him. This is huge. He's just such a like. We've seen the backstory now of Nolan and his parents.
Yes, that was a really cool episode.
Yeah, and so like we're seeing a lot more things that showed how the reasoning why he beat the fuck out of Mark, also why he stopped beating the fuck out of Mark. and then showed
why he left.
And why he left. Now, like, he was basically fucking brainwashed. Let's be honest. He was basically brainwashed into thinking this way. And this is the only excuse of giving why he went to go fuck a bug. He fucked a bug because he freaked out. He freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he went.
He reverted to his.
He reverted back to his same shit. But then instead of like thinking to himself that he could just do this alone, he got Mark, you know, and he went to go. And then he also made Oliver, and he told Mark to take care of his son, your brother, which is they don't care. They don't care about kids. Obviously, they have never cared about kids.
Yeah.
So like difference being there. Okay, I'll say my thought on it, and then you could go to yours.
I know what you think.
Okay, I'm
disagree with you.
I'm not the biggest fan of where this could lead, but with how I see it leading up, I do think that Debbie's gonna end up back with Nolan. But it's not necessarily that I want that to happen. It's that I want Nolan to fucking grovel. I want him to be like...
That's fair.
I want him to be the fucking person that, like, the complete opposite of everything that he knows and thinks. I just want him to... I need him to prove it. You know what I mean? Like, I need him to be, like... It's a lot to do those things. I understand it. It's a lot to do those things. Like... But like you gotta have to want it. So, and I don't think it's just showing up and explaining his whole backstory to her, explaining those things. I think it's like, you know, Oliver's immediately gonna be on his side because he's gonna want to know his dad, and then it's gonna be Mark's gonna be the next kind of biggest challenger with it. I mean, like he kind of said they were getting kind of along, but like, you know,
there's always still gonna be shit there. Yeah.
But even in the comics, they eventually they love each other. But it's like through Nolan's actions that these things change, and I think there needs to be a lot of caring that needs to go on. And I think like Debbie and him will probably not get together for like 2-3 seasons because Nolan's coming there to go recruit his kids to war. So it's not like they're going there to be like, hey, son, let's go throw the ball around.
Yeah, let's go to the park.
Yeah, so like...
Bullshit.
Debbie's already going to be like, fuck you for doing this again to us, tearing our family apart again.
Risking my kids' lives again.
And like, I think he needs to answer for a lot of those. I think that he needs to be straight up with her. And I actually hope that he doesn't, like... I know they will because that's just how it's going to work, but... I hope that he goes up to her and he's like, I don't want to be with you right now because I can't do this, and I know you don't want. I want him to be realizing of that, you know? If he can go up to her and say sorry and treat her as an individual and as a person and just be like...
Heavy on the treat her like a person?
Yeah, like, and just be somebody where he's like...
and mean it?
Yeah, and like... I hope that he just doesn't go in there fully expecting to just immediately be with her, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that'll go a long way to being like, hey, you have your own life. I have my life. I know our lives do this thing, but like, I need our sons to save the universe. It's like, but this matters. You're part of the universe. I want him to say something really fucking romantic. I want him just to be like, I never stopped loving you.
You're a part of my universe.
You're a part of my universe. That's something so fucking dastardly, fucking romantic that it's like, I hate you. Like, and he's like, and then flies off or does whatever. But okay, so that's my thoughts on it. What is your thoughts on it?
I like the fact that Debbie is so independent and she's very self-assured that, like, I know that if they continue on with the way that it seems like they're going with, at least with her relationship with Paul, like, I feel that comic Debbie would have just fucking stayed with him and like, yeah, whatever you say, Paul, like, yeah, we'll move in together, like, blah 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 blah. Like, I'm just gonna push down like that I miss my husband or whatever the fuck. Whereas this Debbie, I know she would say, hey, this is too much, this is too fast, can we take it slow? And Paul, being the person he is, he'd be like, yeah, of course, like whatever you want, whatever you're the most comfortable with, because that's the person Paul is.
Dude, Paul, can I just say this real quick? Paul's been fucking pissing me off in this season. First episode, he's like, I need to go home because I don't know about the kids.
Oh, that was so funny.
Wanting to, like,
I found that funny.
See me be here. And, like, and then both of them are like, Mark and Oliver are like, hey, Paul, you want to just stay for breakfast? And it's like, bro, you've been doing this for fucking months. We all know. Everyone's banking in this house. Everybody's fucking banking. Anyway, good go.
Yeah, so I like them together. I like that they took their time and that they're into each other. Like I like this for Debbie, and I think it's completely normal to still like miss the person that she thought Nolan was, or like miss her
life.
Yeah, like miss the life that she had with him, miss the father of her son, you know? Yeah. Miss the father of her sons now. So like I get that. And I like the way that they do that in the show because it's real. Like you can like divorced parents, or like a parent that's lost their spouse, you know, like in death or like whatever, they're not in the picture anymore. Yeah. It's so normal to still have those feelings, and it's so healthy to be able to express them with somebody and have them understand and not push you to do anything else. So I think that's it's just very healthy for her as a character. I don't want her to get with Nolan.
Right away or in general?
In general. That's not to say that I don't think that that he should just stay away from her. Yeah. I don't think that. I think like co-parenting exists. I think that they need to be separate entities. I think that they need to exist around each other, but that doesn't mean that they need to hate each other or exist away from each other. Like, I think it makes the most sense for them both to be in both Mark and Oliver's lives, especially Oliver, because I think he needs to kind of see this newer version of Nolan to understand how to be a human.
No, he will.
So like to be normal. So I think it's important to have him there, but I think it's okay that like they don't need to be together. You can still have love for somebody and not be with them.
So like, real quick, I think that he needs to be with Nolan, not to be human, but to show who he is as a Viltrumite.
You know, I'm not saying that like to be human. I mean to like understand humanity.
I don't think he needs that from Nolan. I think he needs like the opposite of that. I think he needs to know how to like
be like
just
powerful.
Be like a Viltrumite, and like be not like the negative parts of being a Viltrumite, but being that those aspects of like what it means to have power and like be powerful, you know, and like because Nolan is a leader and he's made this path of change and he's showing in a lot of ways. Now he doesn't want to be I don't want to be a fucking leader in this war. And it's like, oh, well, I guess I need to be because my kids are involved with it, you know, and he's going down this path of learning as like to be in a way a leader. And I think that like Mark has done, Debbie has done the same job that she did with Mark in showing the humanity for him. But like,
I see what you mean.
But in this season, Mark's been like fucking depressed. He's been all the fuck over the place. And even Oliver's like, I miss like having fun. I miss like doing like superhero things with him. And I think that's like what Nolan will like be able to show him. It's just another sides of the life coin. You know?
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. I have met like Hugh, like, how do I want to put it? Like, the understanding that they both are not human, but learning through Nolan how to balance those two things. Like the way Nolan learned, like, oh, loving people's okay, but that doesn't make me like less strong or whatever. Like I meant like that.
Maybe, yeah. I think you gotta allow that from Debbie though. But I get what you're saying.
I mean, like the superhuman strength. Like, how do I be an alien, but like also understand that I'm different, but also understand that I am like with them. See, like you know what? Like that's what I mean.
They need to go camping, so that way Nolan can be like, we actually have 3 stomachs, and actually we could survive just with a microcosm.
We can eat as much Happy Burger as we want.
Whatever we want. We could be bees, Mark. We could be bees all over.
But anyway, that's what I meant. But like I don't want them together. I think that would take everything backwards. And if they were to get back together, I agree in that I need him to be on his hands and knees through the dirt, and like I need it to happen eons from now.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with
like
that.
If it's going to happen, but I don't want it to happen. I think that they need to exist as separate people in their, but share the parenting space.
I need to see Nolan in an apartment, and it needs to look terrible.
He needs to go through his divorced dad.
Yeah. And then like I need like Debbie to show up with some ziti.
Not the ziti.
Yeah, show up with like a tray of ziti and being like, what have you been eating? And he's like, I found some rats outside. I actually don't have a job. I actually just stole this place.
I'm squatting.
It's like I live upstairs. Whenever he leaves, I break in so I can sleep in the bed. Like, I need to be one of the worst. Like he's like a great dad to like Mark and Oliver, but then he like just lives in anguish, or he lives in like the mountains.
A cave.
Yeah, he lives with what's the other guy's name? The dude. Where's Omniman? What's the
Cecil?
No.
Oh.
The Immortal. He lives
the Immortal.
He lives with the Immortal up in their log cabin.
And what's her name?
Kate. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I agree with that. I do hope that they leave it off a little bit further, but I do see them getting together though.
If they do, it has to be like that. If it's not like that, I think it kills her character.
Yeah.
And everything they've built of her independence and her like sovereignty. I concur with you with that one.